today's session will be on stress and time management for teachers in India in the AI era, artificial intelligence era. So before moving on into the actual presentation, I would like to give you a few statistics. The artificial intelligence tools increasingly have entered the Indian classrooms. So teachers across various states are under new pressures. So these relate for managing the traditional task. Traditional task, what are the tasks that we do? Preparing the lesson plan, then marking, giving valuation for the students, then administrative duties, all these things we do it. But while also adapting to the new technologies, we find it very stressful because of the infrastructure gaps and the policy changes. So the statistics goes like this. The state of the teacher stress, workload, and capacity in Indian states, teacher vacancies, the reasons I'm talking about, pupil teacher ratios, and the overburdened teachers. For example, for a state in Gujarat, if you take, for example, with the recent study in December 2024, not very far, 1,606 government primary schools were running with just one teacher each. This implies that a single teacher is responsible for all the grades, all subjects, and all administrative duties for the whole school. The teacher has to manage. In Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, if you take, teacher vacancies are high especially in the rural areas. And rural challenges are like infrastructure, weak facilities, and difficulties in attracting and retaining the teachers, which gives a lot of stress for the teachers especially. And one article noted recently, 60% of the teacher vacancies concentrated in the rural regions, with Uttar Pradesh having a very high number of unfilled positions. All this, we have to take into consideration. This is all the statistics given by the Times of India. So taking this into consideration, if you see Uttar Pradesh, often 29:1 is the student-teacher ratio, which means that more students per teacher, the more grading, more class management, workload will be very high for the teachers. So a nationwide survey by CENTA covering 5,000 teachers revealed that over 70% of the Indian teachers are using the artificial intelligence tools in the classrooms. Lesson planning is the most common use. 26% use AI generate classroom activity ideas. Yet the same survey found a discrepancy between how the teachers think, they know how AI, artificial intelligence, and the actual understanding. So 67% rated themselves, greater than 6, or for 10, I'm talking about, on a scale of 10, they have rated themselves as greater than 6 because we are all made to use and learn AI on an expertise, but only 57% could correctly identify a basic AI misconception. And when you're talking about Karnataka and there in Bengaluru, I'm not moving my slides. I'm just talking about the statistics. A government PU college introduced AI-based attendance and grading systems in 2024. Teachers reported savings of 3 to 4 hours weekly in administrative work. But also, if you look into their stress, the stress is very high, especially in the training systems and when the system is glitching. Okay. And there is a very good program called as Nali Kali program in Mysuru. And this teachers adapted gamified learning modules. While student engagement has improved, teachers also had to spend extra hours preparing the digital materials, leading to fatigue. Rural Koppal, if you see, 2024 Deccan Herald story, it is reporting that rural teachers faced delays in uploading the student data due to poor internet, forcing them to work after school hours. So now moving on into the objectives of the training program. In today's session, let us see that how to prioritize effectively with multitasks. Because it's always told that females are very good in multitasking. It is today's generation, Gen Z, everybody are expected to do the multitasks. So let us see how to prioritize and how to manage and control the crisis situation, and what are the different values, having a clarity in the values, especially with your superiors and with your subordinates, and how to increase the productivity and reduce your stress levels and balance the work and the personal priorities. How to do this, we will see in today's session. So what is stress? Basically, it is a psychological, emotional, or the physiological response to the stresses. So what do you mean by stresses? Stresses I have given here as an equation. threatening the environmental condition. For example, the equation is stress is equal to P is greater than R. What is P? Pressure. When the pressure is very high, greater than the resources that is provided by a particular environment, then we have a stress. So why is stress management very important? Because it is involving a lot of cost, like organizational cost, individual cost. For example, health is there, job burnout is there, performance is going to decline, job burnout, anxiety, depression, insomnia, hypertension. So when all these things are there, obviously stress will be there. So experiencing the stress with the stressors, the reactions and resiliency, let us look into the model of the stress management process, because it is including a lot of other factors also, like personal factors. It could be family problems, it could be financial problem, it could be health problems, health related, right? On today's health, if you see, youngsters are having more number of problems than the seniors. I don't know how many of you agree with me today. And organizational factors, if you see, high stress occupation, depending on the job role, there is no clarity of the job role, and overload is there, and underutilization of the faculty, that also causes stress, and role ambiguity, there is not clarity of the particular role, and role conflict, two roles, coming together, and then responsibility for the others. So what you have to, update to your seniors or maybe to your boss. So stress management, individual factors, if you see, it is best that you take help and managing your time properly, which will be the second part of my presentation, building resiliency, and a companionship where you can share your experiences and the consequences. If you see, the potential stresses are the personal factors, organizational factors, and job environment and environmental factors. When the economy is very uncertain and there is a change in the technology and then politics, obviously these are the potential stresses. And experienced stress, yes, you will face it individually, group wise, also organizational wise. And the consequences, if you see, it is physiological, heart disease, ulcers, headaches you get, and emotional anxiety, depression, and burnout. And behavioral wise, if you see, people become so aggressive and the productivity will come down, and then you will start avoiding either people or the particular situation. And the successful coping, if you see, unless and until you have a high self-esteem, it is not at all possible for us to manage. And looking at this particular diagram, the stress and the productivity, if you see, the physical and mental activities, unless and until you have a little bit of pressure, then only we are able to work it out. Otherwise, it becomes rusted out. That's why I've given here rust out. Either you have dissatisfaction or boredom, what is to be done, I'm not so sure about it, right? So some pressure has to be there. So in this bell-shaped curve, if you see the comfort zone, some amount of stress should be there. That's called as a positive stress. And eustress, which we call it as a eustress, and there should be the real stress, that is the negative stress. If you see, if it is more than the things that you cannot do, then it leads to frustration, exhaustion, fatigue, and bad health, and then burnout. So some amount is required. So I just wanted to check with you whether it is going to be a tank which is full or which is empty. So what are some of the warning signs of stress? I also want this session to be more interactive. You can unmute and stop me anywhere where it is not very clear. And also, if you have any doubts, kindly clarify then and there. I would expect that and appreciate the interactive session. So what are some of the warning signs of stress? It is worries. Nothing is going to happen, but still you worry a lot, overthinking issues, and being stuck on the same issues. You're not able to move. I know a professor where there was a change in the leadership position, where that guy was given the timetable work. And I'm working for MBA department. And if you see, the one whole week, he was doing nothing but coming to the college, giving the timetable, preparing the timetable for the MBA students as per the specialization. Because when you, the first year, it will be, all the subjects will be common. When you move on to the second semester, it will be common. Third semester and fourth semester, it will be based on the specialization. So one of the particular college gives, 5 different specializations, where the guy was literally going mad where to accommodate, because there are students who would have taken, say, logistics, and students would have taken HR. So the logistics class will be there in the morning and the HR class will be there in the evening. So the middle, time will be completely free for the students. It is not free. Actually, they can do their assessment. They can do their alternative assessment, which is called as an assignments, or they may do their internship, or they can do their project work, or do something of case studies. Like a lot of things can be done, but still students are always students. They will be thinking that that is going to be a free hour, right? So he was doing, and 1 week, 10 days, he was particularly concentrating, focusing only on fixing the timetable. So this is all, a lot of issues. He was really stuck on that particular issues. And losing your zest for life, losing your interest in family, friends, or work. How many of you are facing this? If you can talk to me, it will be really nice. I would appreciate that. And you can share your experiences so that we can have a discussion on the same. So challenges, or changes in the sleeping patterns. When you sleep, you don't get enough sleep, or maybe, sleeping patterns are very disturbing. Nervous twitches and muscle spasms, indigestion, stomach upset, pains in the lower back, chest. How many of us have that? Shoulders, joints, and other parts of the body. Skin itches or rashes for no apparent reason. There is no reason only. And frequent cold and flu. I know one lady, one of the college, every day she used to be very sick. Every day. I don't know whether it is 365 days. Always, the running nose will be there, and, always with the tissue paper, she will be moving around. It is very important to take care of health. That is one. And identify a role. That is very important. And shortness of the breath or the shallow breathing. You don't take a deep breath. It's a shallow breathing. And memory or concentration problems, it is there. You go to section A, give a particular case study, and then you go to section B and ask, how did you do the case? So is it happening, with you, and feeling anxious and tensed, for no obvious reason, finding it very hard to make the decisions because, you have a boss who always keeps on postponing your decisions, right? So all these things, feeling very impatient, irritable, losing the confidence. Are you into all these things? Any one also, if it is there, then it is a symptom. So you need to take care of the stress. So I'm just giving you only 7 steps to help to manage stress. Eat a balanced and nutritious diet. Very important. Don't tell I don't have time. People who don't have time cannot do anything, any work perfectly. Let me tell you that very honestly. So spend some time for identifying what is a nutritious diet and make it a balanced, make it like a timetable for the entire week. We don't have, Saturdays off. We have our Saturdays also. It's a working day for us. How many of you work 6 days in a week? I'm not so sure. So eat a well-balanced and nutritious diet, starting with the breakfast. So get a good night's sleep, volunteer time and services. So there is something called as a to-do list. Please work out on that and seek the professional help. Don't think that, for this, I'm having a very psychic problem. No, it's not like that. Anytime you can seek the professional help at any point of time, because people with the psychologist can give you the techniques how to overcome the stress, right? Just talk to them, find out how it can be possible. So there are ways of, and then keep moving. Exercise 30 minutes a day, which I will tell you how it can happen. 30 minutes a day, it is impossible. For me also, it's impossible. Let me tell you, because only on Sundays and one more day, 2 days in a week, I go for walking. So it is not that very possible to spare 30 minutes a day because we have to balance both home as well as the college. And how to express your feelings. Please learn to express it positively. I know this lady of mine always getting anxiety for no reason. If her workload, that's because she always keeps comparing her workload with the others' workload. Her, programs with others' programs. This I have done, that I have done. I have not, been recognized. So all these things, why it is, coming up, we don't know. See, once you start comparing yourself with others, obviously you will not have a satisfaction in your particular role. Compare only your role and compare yourself to that particular role, and then see what kind of thing best I can do it in this particular role. And I understand that you're not alone. Get to the root of it and remove the stressor, or try to have new coping strategies. Okay, so this I wanted to share with you. Because many people I've heard them telling, you take this, people coming and advertising. This is a small, example I wanted to share with you. Celebrity endorsement. Okay, people say Aishwarya Rai or, Alia Bhatt or anybody for that particular matter come for the advertisements. And if you look into their interviews, then actually, if you see in one of the interview, one person is offering the tea or coffee with sugar. They say, no, we don't take it, it's full of sugar. But they advertise for the sugar free, tablets or promoting. So an athlete featured in a commercial promoting a particular brand of sports drink, they don't drink that particular drink, so saying is different, doing is different, attributing their success to the particular product. In an interview they might confess, in an interview they are confessing that their diet is heavily dependent. I know one particular actor says after 6:45 or after 7 o'clock, please don't eat anything. But otherwise, another one of the interview, it says at the 7 o'clock, what you need to have. The same actor is giving you the list of food dish which you can eat. So in an interview, they might confuse you and they might confess that their diet is heavily dependent on a very rigorous custom plan created by a team of nutritionists, with promoter drink playing only a minor role. So this why I want to talk to you is because your colleagues, your friends, or maybe your boss, anybody might tell that this is what it is, but observe whether it is really, are they following it, which is very important. Okay, because credibility is paramount only when a celebrity endorses a particular brand related to health especially, and then the endorsement relies on the public's trust in the celebrity's reputation, often positioning them as a trustworthy and reliable expert. So I want all of you to take down this exercise. I just want you all to speak also. Two cartoon strips I will show you. Okay. So in this, which is given in the next slide, each featuring two people. So in each picture, one person is saying something. Okay. I just want you all to guess what the other person would say in response and write it in the blank space. Okay. So I want Professor Dinesh, Dr. Mohammed Salim, or Sudha Madam, if you're there, if you can share. Please share your responses. If you come forward, I would appreciate that. Yeah. So this is the picture which I wanted to show you. One person is saying where the other person is still working on some kind of assignment. So he's saying, so they load you with so much work. So what is the response of the other person? Can anybody unmute and say the response? Guys, please, this is not a monologue. So kindly unmute and speak and tell me the response. Yeah, anybody can tell. I want Professor Dinesh to answer this. Dinesh sir, can you tell? What would be the response?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, if the workload is divided by both of that human being, then it will be very workful.
It will be meaningful if they are able to divide the work. Excellent.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir. Thank you. Mohammed Salim, sir, can you speak? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Sudha, sir, Sudha, ma'am. Anybody else? I want one more answer before moving on to the next slide. Anybody can speak. This is the first initiative, line of the leadership skills. Coming forward and sharing your ideas. Yeah. Any one more person? Okay. So, what Dinesh said?
Good evening.
Yes,
May I
ma'am.
share? I am Dr. Sujata.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
actually, workload, it is there. Actually, I am even now I am doing that course while
Okay.
everybody will do that work. And I
Hmm.
can say this word if I feel that I am not wrong. We
Yes, ma'am.
professors all we become a e-clerk.
Yes.
E-clerk. And so, one more thing, what I feel is that work we are ready to do it. There is
Yes.
no hesitation.
Hmm.
But if one work is being given,
Hmm.
and what will be the time will be taken for that, what is a human resource, that is a necessity of human, plus
Mm.
what is the time duration to complete the work. If that
Yes.
they will give us, then we can complete that one work, and then next we can go for the second work.
Correct.
Actually, what happens is that within at a time, 4 5 works will be dumped
Okay.
completely.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
there we get a lot of pressure and all the
Mm.
work to be completed immediately. That is another
Can you
very
give examples of the 4 5 work together, ma'am?
yes. But now currently I tell you, ma'am, currently I'm doing it. We are now taking a semester exam is going on. We have to
Mm.
give. I am working in a university, autonomous university. I have to give the answer key for the question paper. Plus,
Yes, ma'am.
we have to give the course file. Second
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
is we have to give the program for the next semester, program
Mm.
schedule to be given, and
Yes, ma'am.
workload. All these things to be given. Plus, we have to next semester we have to work for the lesson plan.
Yes, ma'am.
All these things together we have to complete within a 1 week.
One
Is it
week.
possible?
It's
Actually,
not.
we have at
Mm.
home also we have another work.
Correct.
All the
Exactly.
human beings, we are
Yes.
doing a work-life balance. So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
need some resistance to do.
Mm.
That is the time needed and the resource person needed for that work, and we can
Mm.
complete it. But what happens here is what the management I feel is that the money what they are paying for the today really I feel it is not given as a dakshana, it is given as a slavism, and they are giving us employees some money, but they
Mm.
want to see to that the management the money should not go waste. Even now we are all working in on Sundays, work from home, and what we do is some we call it as a Guru Padigam, that is a report for the students. And that
Yes, ma'am.
1 week, what are all the program being done, that will be in a PPT. We have to upload. We have to give every week one test, and we have to upload, and we have to write 10 lines about the students. This is again Sunday off day, work from home.
Okay.
What the management say, they are paying, including Sundays also. So
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
all the situation today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your ideas, ma'am. It will be very helpful for the others also. So, I will, ma'am, I will come back to you with what suggestions I could do. Any alternatives, if it is possible, also I will discuss with you, because there are quite a number of AI tools which will help you, as you said, for the lesson plan. That is the end of my presentation actually. So, if it is anything is, I mean, facilitating, then I would share it with you. Okay. So, moving on, this person is telling, so they load you with so much work, which often this is actually the perception which I wanted to, give it in the form of a psychometric test, which does not have any reliability or validity may not be there. But one form of, the picturization, which says that where Dinesh sir was telling, the work can be shared. That is one way of doing or looking at things. So you can share, maybe your senior person, you can have one junior, which we, have in our college, like mentor mentee. So when my workload is very high, then I share it with my junior and ask my junior to do it so that they also learn along with us. That is one way of doing. But again, it depends on the attitude of the juniors. That is also there. So looking into this, what kind of stress you are undergoing, I can understand, and which means that there are piles of work which is there, and you're not able to balance it one after the other. So in our case, what we say is prioritizing. So prioritizing next semester's lesson plan, we can little bit postpone. But if it is another week, then we do it day wise. Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, if it is there, then according to that, as you rightly said, time can be calculated. So instead of telling that, I will take one whole week for the lesson plan, actually lesson plan is very simple to, do it. Chat GPT is there, hardly 20 minutes, I can prepare the lesson plan. That is number one. So when we are trying to understand, instead of keeping 1 week, when we keep it 20 minutes, then within the 20 minutes we are supposed to finish, we can finish it off. So likewise, we can plan it out. So the next one, this picture, it is too much that my boss and my subordinate have just opposite expectations from me. This is a position where I am right now, because my boss, if you see, she will have her own, or he will have her own, thoughts and lines, which, she always, or he always keeps it, pending. If you go to her with a plan, pakka plan, because I have 25 years of experience in this particular field, and say, for example, I'm planning for an FDP, faculty development program, and I'm going to her or going to him, then in that case, he or she will, take a long time. This is not required right now. Keep it aside, because I would have prepared, asking for the people. It is very difficult because in-house people are there, external resource persons are there. I need to pull out all the resources and then fix the particular time, fix the date, everything. I need to understand whether I can have it at that particular point of time. Say, for example, 2 days FDP. If I'm the organizer, I need to understand all these things and prepare the document, and I go with her. She will ask a simple question without me, or he will ask a simple question without my consent. Why did you prepare this? What would you, answer for that? Okay, then you say, okay, fine. Whenever it is possible, when so whatever I have done, the work, it is not of waste, but I have to do it only when he says, correct? Okay, fine. I will keep it pending. Okay, so this is how it has to work. So between the subordinate and between, so my subordinate will tell you, ma'am, you had asked me to prepare, I have prepared, and now you're telling this has to be postponed. Correct. So now what happened? I will become a sandwiched, really sandwiched between the subordinate as well as my boss. So this is another way of looking things. And here I request all the faculty members, one particular thing, put first things first. This is a very good book actually. The main thing is prioritize and do the most important things first. Okay, I will tell you how, because this will have a change in our appetite. Changes are not, because this will cause stress for us. Okay, so I want you all to do a second exercise. First exercise, we saw the pictures. In the second exercise, I may, like you have a work role in your organization. Madam was telling, sharing very beautifully, like there is a role in the organization. Also, you have some family roles at home. Maybe you're the son, you're the daughter, etc. You may have roles in other system as, say, for example, you might be a club member or a social work organization. Say you're associated with Karnataka Management Association or NIPM, National Institute of Personal Management, any of the professional bodies, or even a political body, for example. So you might be a member. For example, gents will be having 2-3 roles to play, during the daytime. Okay, so how are you managing that? So I will give you 3 statements. Read the 3 statements given and check how often you have the feeling which is expressed in this particular statement. Again, I'm repeating. Read the 3 statements given and check how often you have the feeling expressed in the statement. So the responses would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0 you have to give if you never or scarcely feel this particular way. I don't at all feel this particular way. I never, feel this way means, then you give 0. 1 means occasionally, yeah, sometimes I feel this way, and occasionally. Then sometimes I feel this way, it is 2. And frequently, often I feel this way. Really, I'm just getting confused. So frequently I feel this way, that is answer number 3, response number 3. And write 4 if you almost always feel this particular way. I hope my instructions are very clear. So the statements are, there are 3 statements. Okay. The first statement is, I am not able to do many things for which I have a greater liking. How many of us have a greater liking? Say, for example, my liking would be for trekking. It will be for photography. It will be like preparing some good dish for my children, or anything, your great liking, what it is. I'm not able to do many things. Every day I'm trying to, control myself because I don't have much time, for which I have a greater liking. So how many of you agree to this? If you are agreeing almost most of the time, I don't do, like whatever I like, I'm not able to do. Write 4 for that. Write 3 if you frequently feel this way. Write 2 sometimes if you're feeling this way. Sometimes. Okay. The second statement would be, my role in the family conflicts with my work role. Say, today morning, one of the faculty was telling, ma'am, I got a call from my child school. He's having toothache. So he wants to, pick me up. Pick him up. Okay. So if this is the case, so what do I do? My role in the family conflicts with my work role. So I want to apply half a day leave, and I want to go pick up my son and take him to the dentist. So this was the, thing which she was asking. So then when she was asking permission, I said, okay, go immediately. But she was again, finding it difficult because there was some work which was given to her. So she called her husband. Then husband said, okay, I will take care. I will take him to the doctor. Immediately she said, no, ma'am, I'm not applying leave. I will finish this work. How many of us, think like that or trying to adjust? It's very difficult. It's really very difficult. Days are very, very difficult, I should say, because as teachers, people are asking us to do so many roles. One is as a teacher in the teaching role. After that, say for example, academic coordinator, preparing the timetable, as ma'am was telling, there are a lot of clerical works which is there, which needs plenty of time, which we have to focus on that. Otherwise, if things goes wrong, the format will go wrong, template will be wrong, and then the output also will be wrong. So the third statement is, I do not have enough knowledge or I do not have enough skills needed to do justice to my rules. So what is the scoring? Can you tell me? I don't want to minimize. I just want you to tell me your name and then tell me what is the scoring for all the three statements. If you have given, say, for example, for the first one, 2, second one, 4, and the third one, 3. So it will be 2 into, what is this one? It is 4. Can you see the scoring? It is 4. So what is the scoring? Can you tell me, anybody? Any one person who can share so that we can move on to the next exercise? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the responses. And statements are, I'm not able to do many things for which I have a greater liking. Yes, I often agree with it. So you would have given almost every day, every time, I am not doing something which I like. 4 if you have given. And my role in the family conflicts with my work role. So for this, sometimes it happens. 2. So, and I do not have enough knowledge skills needed to do justice to my roles. So 4 into how many? 3. So it will be 12. So can you calculate me the scorings? Anybody? Only 3 statements I have given. Anybody who has not understood also, you can just unmute and tell me, ma'am, this I have not understood, so that I can clarify it. Because this is very important. Role clarity should be there, which is very essential. And anybody who has taken the scoring, if you see, the first statement reflects on the self-role distance. And the second statement refers to the inter-role between the 2 roles, inter-role distance. And the third one respects to the role inadequacy. If your score is 6 or above, then you should be really concerned. Somebody would have given 4, somebody would have given 3, and somebody would have given 2. So 4 plus 3 plus 2 means it is 7 plus 2, 9. So if the score is 9, then you need to have a particular concern. You need to prepare a plan to cope up with the situation effectively. Anything above 6 is, where you need to show your concern. So please understand that. And I can give you a simple, experiment, which is given by Stephen Covey in his book, First Things First, as I already shares the following story experienced by one of his associates. So this is actually called as a pickle jar theory. So in the pickle jar theory, if you put the sand first and then pour water and then put the small stones, and then if you put the big stones hardly 4, 3 only will be fitting in. But the other way around, if you put the bigger stones first and then you put the small stones, and then shake the bottle, the small stone goes and settles down here and there. And then you put the remaining sand. Sand will also occupy the same space and it will be going inside. And then you pour the water in the last, the water will be absorbed by the sand. Right? So here everything can be fit in. So this shows that prioritize the bigger ones. It could be your family. It could be your, friends. It could be your career. So there are people who give importance to career, which is first. There are people who give importance to family, which is first. In my case, let me share with you very personally, ma'am. You have given a very good, excellent example. I was working as a dean director for research as well as dean director for academics and director academics for a very good reputed, colleges I have worked. And for last 15 years, I've enjoyed the directorship because travel was given, cab was given, and all these things. Managing, 45 people were responding. I mean, reporting to me. All this I have enjoyed. But the present college, I have joined only as a professor. And in one of the college, if you see, I joined as a professor and I was given a particular role because my previous boss suddenly, all of a sudden, she left. So when she left, the position came back to me and I had to take it, not, I was not happy about it, but still I was forced to take it. So I have taken, and almost 2 years I managed, 1.5 to 2 years I managed somehow. In spite of the subordinates are very creating an unhealthy situation. And I should say they were not cooperative and a lot of gossipings. So with all these, bad environment, I should say, somehow I could spend, 2 years. But my priority was only family, because why? My son and daughter have grown up. So I want to spend some time with them. This is the right time where they need guidance. When, you are not able to, spend some time with them, then it is of no use because you have only one family, right? So then I decided 2 years is more than enough. I resigned from the post of the maybe the head of the department or whatever post I was given promotion. I came down from there. Again, I started my career as a professor. So it depends on your priority. Maybe salary would have been less, or you have to understand your priority. So only then you will be able to balance. I'm just giving you my personal experience, because unless and until we give, it will not be, people will not understand that something, how to come out of that particular situation, right? So if you see the Stephen Covey's time management matrix, there is, I will deal with the first quadrant. First quadrant shows that very crisis situation, important, urgent. Madam was telling, I have 4 things, 5 things to do, but everything has to be submitted within that particular week. Week is 7 days. I have 168 hours in one particular week. In this 168 hours, how many hours I'll be spending on the first task, how many hours I'll be spending on the second task, how many hours I'll be spending on the third task. So unless and until you, segregate which is urgent, which is important, we cannot do it. There are 4 quadrants. Let me explain to you, one quadrant and one by one. Quadrant 1 represents things that are both urgent and important. We need to spend time here. Yes, no other go at all. This is where we manage, we produce, and where we bring our experience and judgment to bear in responding to many needs and challenges. Many important activities become urgent because, sometimes we have a habit of procrastination, postponing it for something else. No. So because we don't do enough prevention and planning. When the planning is very appropriate, very, neat, very meticulous, then definitely we can do it. This is what I have faced. From my own experience, I'm telling, when my plan is, 10 things are coming to me, I will plan out which is, which I have to do it immediately. That I will do it immediately, which can be postponed little tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So if I have 1 week, I, push it to the another 1 week, and then I do it. Because you should also know how to say no to people. That is also there. Because many a times when you say no, many a times when you say yes, then there the problem arises. Quadrant 2, if you see, the activities which are very important, but not very urgent. This is important. Yes, I do agree. Ma'am told lesson plan, this and that. It's important, but it is not urgent. So where we can postpone it. So here where we, long range planning, you can plan it, you can anticipate and prevent your problems, empower the others, broaden your minds and increase your skills. Ignoring this quadrant feeds and enlarges quadrant 1. So moving from this quadrant 2 to quadrant 1. And quadrant 3, if you see, it is urgent but not important. It is urgent. Now only I should see. No other go. Because see, all of a sudden somebody comes and calls for a meeting, say your boss or your immediate superior, calls urgently, all of you please come here. You will be doing some very important work. You'll have to leave that and then attend the meeting. Your day is done. Your day is gone. So you will not be, that work will be pending. So can you postpone it to tomorrow? Yes, you can postpone it, of course, without having any tension. So, but it will be going on in your mind. If it is going on in your mind, then you're not able to balance the work. Work-life balance is not happening. Okay. So understand that quadrant 3 is urgent but not important. So the noise, for that particular urgency, it creates the illusion of importance. So actual activities, if they are important at all, are important to somebody else. So many phone calls will be coming when you're, having, or maybe when you're taking some notes or something. Phone calls will come, meetings and drop-in visitors, fall into this category. Quadrant 4, it is not at all important and it is not urgent. You can do it aramse. So you just have to find it out where you can escape, from this particular quadrant. So same thing, I'm just putting it and summarizing it. Beginning, Professor Dinesh was telling me that you can, divide the work and give. So can you see, not important and urgent, I have delegated the duty to somebody else. Urgent and important, I have to do, let me do it. Now only, because a crisis in the office has come, change in the leadership, or maybe the conference, or maybe the symposium, or a seminar which has been given on me. So when we are not having the proper planning, when the role clarity is not there, then all these arises. And important and not urgent means then you can take a decision. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. You can take a decision. This is not urgent, but it is important. Yeah, I have to do. Say, for example, going to the gym is very important. Going, or at least a 30 minutes walk, it is really important. But it is not urgent. When can I go? If I'm not able to go in the morning, let me go in the evening. So find a time, with family. Time with family is very important. So how do you, do that? And one great request I should, keep for all of you is, please do not, because I have known in one of my college, one of the team, the horrible team, the team used to say, ma'am, we will not work any, office work at home. My husband will scold me. One lady, used to tell me directly, my husband will be scolding me if I take this, to home, because there was an NPTL course which was to be done by the students, and she needs to have a follow up with all the students, giving me a list of who all have registered, who all have not registered. A very simple thing. So then I said, when you are not able to do, office work at home, then don't bring your homework to here. All the time on the mobile. So this is all not, tolerate, something which you can, tolerate. So if you're not bringing that, don't bring that to here, right? So have a planning, 9 to 4, 9 to 5. It is only office means go for office, do only that. During the lunch break, I take my calls, my personal calls, everything I take only during the lunch break, 1 to 1:30. And my family members know only 1 to 1:30, they will call me. That time only I can pick up the calls, or if I want to make any calls, I make, unless and until it is very urgent. So all these things we only decide. So when I decide, when I delegate, when I, delete certain things from my, things, I will not at all, so delete is where you neither urgent nor important. So I will delete the particular thing. So as I already mentioned to you, there are 168 hours in a week. So how am I planning? So urgent, do now. Not urgent, plan to do. So you have a better planning, plan to do now. When you want to do it. Okay. So this is one thing which is supposed to be one of the technique, which is called as a mind mapping, because I'm a soft skill trainer also, where the mind mapping, you have a particular thing. Say, for example, I'm going to prepare a lesson plan. The lesson plan, for what it is purpose, what it will solve, how we need to do it. And when you're giving a prompt to Chat GPT also, you should know how to get the lesson plan. So what are the things that, in the Chat GPT, there will be a hook kind of symbol, which means that attachment symbol, correct? So first of all, you have to attach your syllabus, right? And that for that syllabus, attach the lesson plan template. So first you will attach the syllabus, then you will attach the lesson plan template. You will attach, and then you ask the Chat GPT, give me as per the template, give me the lesson plan as per the syllabus. So if you see, in few, 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes, you will get the entire lesson plan as per your template. It will ask you whether you want it in a Word file, whether you want it in a PDF file, and depends on the kind of the work. The more you work, for example, research, we do it, in Chat GPT. The more you do it, it will ask you, it will understand you, and it will, AI is awesome. It will ask you, do you want like this? Do you want to omit? Do you want this to be done? Correct? So with that, we can help and get it done. So what stops us is actually, let me be very honest, the negative thoughts. Oh my God, this is all there in my mind. How am I going to do it? So unless we plan, this is all was there. I used to travel to a particular college, the Bangalore traffic, horrible. I just came rushing today, traveling even on the platform also to take up this particular session because it is hardly 17 minutes from the home to the college, this particular college. But I have taken 1 hour, 15 minutes. So this is how, the Bangalore traffic, if could hear about in the news, breaking news, the traffics are very horrible in Bangalore. So it's in spite of that, there is no negative thought at all. I just wanted to reach, I reached. And I wanted to prepare for this full session. It was 8 hours of preparation for this particular, session, though it is only for 1 hour. Yes, happily, we have to do. So depends on your passion. So what is your passion? Try to understand that. Remove all the unwanted negative thoughts. Then remove the negative people. I know one of the professor in one of the college where, if it is very sultry, he used to say, Madam, today it was very hot, madam, very hot. Coming that side and this side, it was not horrible. We cannot work like this. It's not possible. So this is what he used to say. And when it is rainy season, my whole jacket got drenched. I'm not able to wear this raincoat. Everything. I don't find the raincoat for my size. Everything he used to talk mainly negative. And if it is a winter season, he will say, it is very cold. How do we come in the morning, early morning, for this and early morning first hour class is there. How do we take, madam? So likewise, negative people are there. Please avoid them. For everything, finding out the negative things, complaining. So low esteem. So low self-esteem is one which also, puts us down. Unless until you're confident that I can do this, I will do it, I will get it done. So fear of failure, that is also there sometimes. Oh my God, I'm not able to do it. And fear of rejection, criticism, all this will be there, which is stopping you actually. And if you see the amount of the paperwork, in my early days, during the travel by bus or, by any other mode of transport, I used to prepare for the class, 8 hours of preparation, 7 hours of preparation for 1 hour because students might ask questions. Yes. So that is all. It is not required. Over a period of time, I realized that office work, I will do only office work. So now I'm not bringing anything home. This is over a period of time only it will come. It will not come all of a sudden. So at least for now, what we can do is keep your desk clean. Put things where you can find them. Don't put the documents in the temporary place. Let it be there. No, don't put it. It has to go to a permanent places. And deal with each piece of paper once. File it, respond to it, or just dump it. Reduce time by responding to correspondence in writing on the letter. Fax it back or photocopy and send it back. So these are all some of the things which you can think through and get it done. Problems and solutions for proper time management. Externally, if you see, maintain proper relationship. No gossipings, at least utterly no gossips. Maintain a very professional relationship, whoever it is, with friends, then only, people will help you out also in times of need, and colleagues. And never attempt indirect interactions. Oh, she was, like this, he was like this. No. And always have a professional conversation that would improve over a period of time. And allot some time to spend with the nature, with parents, to love and all, to listen. All these things, it is a must. So I thought yoga will be one, which I thought I can share with you. How many of you do or practice, whether it is possible, not possible, I don't know. So you can think through it, but make your goals very, smart ones. That is all I wanted to be, because our goal should be very specific and it should be measurable and it should be achievable and realistic and time bound. That's very important. And today's takeaway, I will give you a few alternatives, especially the Pareto analysis, 80/20 rule, Pomodoro technique, that is another one, Eisenhower matrix, which I have already dealt with you, that is urgent and important. That is what I was talking to you about. Parkinson's law is another one. Time blocking method, getting things done. You can just take a screenshot of this. how well you want to introduce, how do you want to get it done, you can think through that. Rapid planning method is another one, and pickle jar theory already I have completed. Done. So these techniques we'll see one by one. The concept is basically 80% of the results comes from 20% of efforts, which means that 20% of efforts I will put. So I had balanced this. I have prepared all the notes. Can you see? I'm showing it to you. How many pages of notes? One, two. It was given to me, 1 month or maybe, 20 days back. So much of notes for this one particular 1 hour session. Then I'm able to do, why it is not possible for others. Because for our target, let me tell you, we are supposed to publish 2 patents. We are supposed to publish 3. Professors, it is 3. 3 research articles, that is only curated journals. Nothing else is acceptable, only in Scopus. And then 3 conferences. All those conferences, it is not normal conference, it is Scopus conferences. This is, I'm talking about the performance appraisal. I'm talking about minimum 2 patents, 3 research articles to be published and curated, 3 Scopus conferences that have to be attended, and where the proceedings should be in the, your abstract should be published in the proceedings, conference proceedings for Scopus, and it should be indexed. Then only it will go for the incentives. Otherwise, it will not go for the incentives also. So then what else? NPTEL course. 2 NPTEL course you have to do, and you have to get your best. Out of 5, you need to get 4 or 4.5 as a rating from the students for the subjects which you're teaching. So as a professor, it is 2 subjects. So, with all these things, apart from this, we have other work like, organizing the FDP. One FDP we are supposed to organize, not attend. Okay, so these are the, targets which is given. Apart from that, if something I would have left, but this is what it is. So 80% of the results come from 20% of the effects. Whenever I'm free, I will not chit chat. Whenever I'm free, I will see what work I have pending. First, I will look into that. So this is pending. Let me complete that. So office work, only office work. So a teacher realizes that 20% of her teaching methods, interactive discussions, and real world examples generate 80% of the student engagement and learning outcomes. So what would I do? During that vacation slot, I also go for vacation. I go to, Andaman, wherever, possible it is, any of the, or at home. If 1 week, that 1 week, if I want to plan something to do at home, I plan it out for that also. Because unless and until, 25 years of solid experience, unless we put it into practice, it will not come. That is also one more thing. So I focus on enhancing those key strategies instead of spending equal time on low impact administrative tasks. So if I can, if my madam says, or if sir says, my boss says, tomorrow you can give this to me, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, I need this. I will think how best 9 o'clock I can keep, and I can do some half of the work and then take it to them. Remaining half, we'll have it as a discussion. Very simple. So we should know how to, talk, and how you need to talk to your seniors. Okay, somebody was given you that particular tasks. So if you see the result in this Pareto analysis, higher student performance will be there with reduced preparation time. So I have one full box file. I can show you full box file of only the case studies. So I will not prepare at that particular point of time. So I will have everything, keep everything ready before the semester starts. So when everything is ready, then only I go to the class. So concept is work is focused 25-minute session. So the second, technique which you can analyze is Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique is the work is focused. I will do it 25 minutes for, say, example, one particular task. And then after 25 minutes, I'll get go to the personal use anything, or just go for a long walk, and then come back again. I will sit. So it's a 5-minute stretch break. Unless we, follow, put it regular in practice, it may not be able to, you may not be able to get it done. After 4 Pomodoros, he or she takes a 15-minute longer break. So the result is increased focus will be there and reduced fatigue during repetitive academic tasks. Fatigue will not be there because one particular point of time, if you're sitting for a long time, definitely you will feel fatigued. Eisenhower matrix, I have already dealt with you, quadrant 1, quadrant 2 and all, which is urgent and important. And then Parkinson's law, if you see, the work expands to fill the time available for completion. Example for teachers, which I could see. If a teacher sets 1 week to prepare a particular lecture, it takes 1 week. If you allocate 1 week, it will take one whole week. But if you allocate 3 hours for this particular lesson plan, then I will complete it within 3 hours. Yes. So it depends on the time allocation. I know some of you might get angry because it might not be possible, for you. But if you have to put it in practice, that is what I'm requesting. My humble submission is that setting a shorter, realistic deadlines keeps the tasks efficient. So the result will be, it reduces the procrastination and over preparation time. So something you have done, keep it aside. And then time blocking method, 8 to 10 a.m. because 8 hours we have. 1 8 hour we are sleeping. Another 8 hour we are working in the college. Another 8 hour is there. So in that another 8 hour, 2 hours will go for travel. Okay. Or say take 3 hours also. So 8 minus 3 is 5. Another 5 hours still I have. So how I will manage in that 5 hours, what I need to do, how I need to do. Okay. So the concept is allocate fixed time slots for each type of work. Okay. 8 to 10, maybe lecture preparation I will do. 10 to 12, I will do my teaching because as per the timetable, I have my classes. 2 to 3, student mentoring they have given, so that I have to talk. So I will call the students individually and give them some mentoring. So everything, if you have a template, it is actually easy. And then 3 to 5, I will do only research writing. I will not do any other work. So very clarity is there. When she introduced, she was telling, 5 UGC. This is 10 years back, introduction is being told about me. Right now, I have 78 UGC journals, research articles, and 9 Scopus research articles, which is there in the documents, which is there documented in my Scopus page. If you see, it is 9. If you type out Rose Kavita, you can get to know how many research articles I have prepared. So 3 to 5, I will do only research writing. Yes, you do only research writing. So this clear boundaries prevent overlap and burnout. So when the role clarity is not there, there comes the problem. I don't know how many of you agree to that. And getting things done, GTD, another method where the concept, if you see, you have to capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage with the task systematically, one after the other, one after the other. So which is the priority, you do that and then do the other things. Example for teachers is, the teacher records all the to-do in the digital list. Okay, some people might be very comfortable with doing it in the mobile, grading papers, attending a seminar, revising the syllabus. The tasks are clarified. What outcome is expected? Organized by category and reviewed weekly. Yes. As per NEP, National Education Policy in 2020 also, if you see, the 888, 3 8s are there. The timings is being classified and it's given how the teachers can give a better performance for the students. And it is more student-centric right now, the education system. It is not faculty-centric. Earlier, it used to be, faculty-centric, but now that is gone and it is student-centric. And another very important method is rapid planning method. It focuses on the results, purpose, and massive action plans. Example, I will tell you, increase the class participation by 30%. So what happens? The first 4 modules I will teach. The last module, I'll give them the presentation. So when I'm giving it to the presentation, everybody has to do, it is a teamwork or individual presentation. So you are delegating the work. So you don't have to prepare for that, correct? So only 4 modules you will prepare. The 5th module, you can hand it over to the students. Or 5th module, you can hand it over to the external person, where there is something called as expert lecture or guest lecture. So when expert lecture or guest lecture is there, you can give that one unit or one module to the person. So we should know how to manage. That is, there lies the secret. So purpose, is to make the learning engaging and student-centered, as I already mentioned. Massive action plan, if you see, using the polls, group projects, very interesting. Unless and until we are technically, qualified also, we will not be able to do the AI tools. So now, very important thing, Panch Amrit. So define your role very clearly. Set your monthly goal, which is very important, because monthly schedule, if it is not there, definitely it is going to be a trouble for you. Schedule your weekly time and adopt it daily. As I told, 80% efficient is 20% you put sit, plan, do, and then 80% of the work will be taken care on its own. Act on it now. So this is one. And this is a very important slide. You can take a screenshot of this. I wanted to give you the AI tools which will be very important for you for the work task. So Motion, there is one particular AI tool called Motion. So what it does is it's an AI tool that auto schedules your tasks in your calendar, handles rescheduling when priorities shift and time blocking. This is used in cases if you see teachers or professionals with busy schedules, people who get overwhelmed by the task load. It is very useful for you. Please trust me. Of course, it's a paid version. When you spend some time, money on certain AI tools, then only we will also feel happy about it. So it's a time to learn for us. And the more we learn, the more our brain will work and the more healthy we are. And, which will keep us to, 90 years or 95 years, still the brain will be working, right? So Clockwise, if you see, is another AI tool, optimizes calendar schedules for teams. It is a team with any meetings, collaborative work if you want to do. Clockwise AI tool is one. And there is another AI tool called as Trevor AI, which is bridging your to-do list and calendar. This is good for prioritizing the task, but find the scheduling them, it is really little tough. So it has a very free plan. This is also paid version. Reclaim AI. This is another one for both personal and work calendars. You can use this. Instant is another one for self-reflection. How much I have done, how much I have to do. Instead of asking, what do you call, Alexa, please remind me for this. Instead of that, you start using AI tools. Some 5 or 10 AI tools, if you start using in your work, then it is easy for you to manage. And T-Metric, and a lot of AI tools is coming now. A lot of IoT Academy itself is promoting the AI tools for the teachers. So kindly attend the other sessions also for receiving the good feedback. And T-Metric is one where the freelancers, say for example, consultancy work which is done, project managers, anyone wanting to see where the time is going, yes, T-Metric is another one. So I would like to conclude my presentation. Stress is your body's response. So take control of your stresses. Accept what you cannot change. Whatever you do, things people are complaining, yes, accept it, no issues. Don't take it to heart, mind, and soul. Manage your stress responses, use your social support for systems, and seek help when needed. So because imagine the luxury of having more time. If you have more time, now I have time. I want to spend it with my family and to go on that special vacation, to take up a new hobby, to read the latest popular book. Every day, try to read newspapers. For that only we don't have time, but I have to read because the same thing I have to take the material to the class because I'm handling the classes of managing digital business regarding e-commerce, or just relax and live a little. Yes, all of this is possible, my dear friends, but you must use the time management techniques to organize your personal and other activities. So there is more to life than increasing its speed. Okay, so because change is universal and change is permanent, be ever willing to change, for change alone leads you to success and happiness. Thank you so much. And any questions I would like to take.